Alright guys, welcome back to some more Doom the Dark Ages. We are starting chapter 9 today. We're almost at that halfway point. There's 22 missions. Once we finish chapter 11, we'll be halfway. First off, I'm eating, so if you hear a little bit of noise, that's what that is. It's kind of early for me, but I'm gonna get as much done as possible. And to, goal for today.
The mine is open.
Let's see if we can finish chapter 13. I'm gonna set it a little bit. I think we can. I'm gonna set it a little lower than my normal goes. I was gonna say 15, but I feel like 13 is a guaranteed. It's a little loud still. I know we can finish 13, but just set low expectations, get better outcomes, right? We do not have a key for this. I already clicked on my 3. Okay. So there is a collectible in that room which we cannot grab yet. There's a shrine up here which I don't think I'm going to be able to use. I don't have a lot of gold.
The forge. It needs to be reactivated.
We go this way first? Yeah, let's go this way first. What is that? Oh, it's one of those. Oh, those are the gems that I need for my weapons. Those are new. Okay, so we gotta destroy 3 of the statues. There's one up there, I see. That's 1. We need 2 more. There's a purple key up there that I see. So we're gonna need that. There's a fight coming up, so we're gonna have to, yeah. Really loving this game so far, so let me know what you guys think of it. This is probably my favorite Doom so far. Just saying a lot, because it was Eternal when Eternal came out. Doom 2016 was good as like a reboot thing, but it wasn't really what I expected. I was expecting this huge, like, returning factor. Bear in mind, guys, I did mention my first Doom was Doom 3. So I never played Doom 1 or 2 until I played Doom 3. Obviously, Doom 3 got me into Doom. But yeah, Doom 3 got me into Doom. Doom 3 was my first, and then it was Doom 2016 and Eternal. So, but I didn't hop in. I hopped into Doom, and then Doom 2016 was announced. So I played Doom 2 and Doom 1, and those were okay. I like Doom 3 a lot, but I wouldn't go back and play the second or first one. And then I played 2016 and Eternal, and those were really good. But this one is really good as well. I think this is my favorite out of all of them, though, to be honest. It's at that speed where it's not too slow for me, but it's also not too fast. So it's that sweet spot, which is what I've been wanting. Because even 2016, See, if 2016 was this speed, I feel like it would be my favorite. However, the story so far for this one really has me interested, so maybe not. But yeah, Doom 2016 I love a lot. The only thing I don't like about it is it's a little too slow for me. Doom Eternal picked up that speed, but it picked it up way too much. Like, it raised the speed like times 1,000. And it was way too fast for me at the end of the day. And I like the story for it and the weapons and stuff. I just don't like the speed. I think it's a little too fast. And that's obviously for me. I know for a lot of people, Doom Eternal is the best Doom. The story is too fast for me. Not the story, the combat. So, even though I enjoy the story, there are a lot of hard moments where I just don't want to... I wouldn't want to play again. So, of course, it's not my favorite. But, it is really freaking good. And if you're a Doom fan, I still recommend playing it. For like a Doom that I can recommend to everyone, including people that aren't hardcore Doom fans, because I feel like if you're a hardcore Doom fan, definitely play Doom Eternal, but if you're not, I don't recommend it because it's going to be very hard for you. It will be very hard for you. Because it's already difficult for, like, actual real fans of the Doom franchise. So I feel like if you like Doom, you're going to play it, but if you're just a casual fan, you're going to struggle with Doom Eternal. So I do not recommend it to someone who hasn't, like, I don't know, like, you can't really keep up with the speed of Doom Eternal. Because you're going to need to keep up with the speed. It is a very fast-paced game. Yep, give me that upgrade, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me pause it, guys. All right. Let's hit the switch.
Power up.
We gotta get those upgrades over there. How do we get over there? There's 2 collectibles. There's one right here. Ah, we got the purple key. And over there. We need one more statue, and we have them all. We need to go up there to get the gold. Can you go on, I don't know, you on the PlayStation app and see if when this game actually comes out? Because I got the premium edition, which you get to play early. I don't think it's out for regular people. Yeah, that's why I think that one guy yesterday in the comments put, "Nope, not spoiling myself." Because he probably got the standard. I got the premium that was $100, so I got it like a couple days earlier. Yeah, that makes sense now. That makes. What standard? The 14. What is today? Maybe he hasn't played it. Well, that's weird. I'm listening to something and they're saying that the user scores on Steam are good but mixed because everyone's sentimental. But so for anyone listening, okay. Well, for anyone listening, I tend to watch videos while playing, just because, like, listen in the background with my headphone on my phone because I don't know, it helps me sometimes concentrate or lock in. So, which I need for a lot of games, especially something like Call of Duty or like Doom. It's kind of fast-paced, so I need to have like the best concentration, or you got me now missing. So, yeah, but apparently people are saying, and I don't care because I liked the Eternal story. I just hated how fast it was. But people are saying that it's not as good as Doom Eternal, and it's slow. It's slower than Doom Eternal for sure, and I like that. I don't like how fast Doom Eternal was. I could die so freaking fast after doing so much. Like, I would make so much progress, and then I would die in like 2 seconds. And I get that is like, that was the whole point. I don't like that though. Like, I like the fast pace, but also feeling like I stand a chance. Because I was playing on normal difficulty, guys. Okay? And let me reiterate that. Normal difficulty. Okay? And I'm the Doomslayer, and they want to let you believe that this Doomslayer is unstoppable and so powerful. If I was on the hardest difficulty, I would understand why it's so hard and why I'm dying so quickly. But I'm the Doomslayer, which is apparently so freaking powerful, and I'm dying on normal difficulty, guys. I don't agree with that. I think Doom Eternal wanted to keep that speed that Doom 2016 was, because obviously Doom 2016 was faster than the previous Dooms, like Doom 3, Doom 2, Doom 1, obviously. And that's why it like modernized Doom for people, right? And I think it did a pretty good job at doing it. However, moving on to Doom Eternal, I think they took that way too far and way too little. Because the speed ramped up by 1,000. No, not like by 2 times, like 1,000. It was batshit crazy. And I don't mean that in a bad thing. I liked it at first, but when you get on the later missions and then you realize like the priestess queen, the second to last boss fight, and the final sin, you realize how quick you have to be and how you have to move around constantly. Which I get that. That's a Doom thing in general, right? You don't want to take a lot of damage and move around. But the constant moving. Like, I can't even stay still for a second, or I'm dead. That constant moving it's too much. I should not be dying in 2 seconds. And the damage the enemies have on you, especially if you have a lot of the upgrades, because I even remember, right? I played it on New Game Plus, on the PS4 version. The version I played for you guys is the PS5, so you guys could see my full playthrough without those overpowered upgrades and stuff, right? But I did it on New Game Plus. I almost platinumed it on PS4. And I don't know how, I was just playing it normally, but I almost platinumed it, okay? Even on New Game Plus with all the upgrades and stuff, I was still dying really freaking quickly. I don't think that should be a thing. I have all these upgrades, I'm super powerful, I put the time in, and I'm still dying quickly? What the hell, guys? Like, and by what the hell, guys, I mean developers. Like, so I put the time in to get all uber and powerful, and I'm still pretty pathetically weak? Like, what is this? Like, it's baffling to me, right? Because the story was good, I liked the guns, I mean, really the only gun I really used a lot was the super shotgun with the chain, because that was amazing. I liked the guns a lot more in this game than I did in Eternal. The Eternal was just basic guns, like from the Doom franchise, which is fine, but there wasn't a lot of new innovative designs when it came to guns. To the maps, to the enemies, yeah, sure, but no. I mean, even then they had a lot of reused enemies from Doom 2016. And I'm not really pointing that out like it's a bad thing. It's still fine, because the game was good. But when a new game comes out, I don't just expect reused assets from old games. I want new. This game, I don't recognize hardly any of these weapons. Except the energy ones, which they are still completely different. But I guess you can argue that they're kind of similar to the Doom Eternal and 2016 ones, which they are. But they're still new, in theory. Okay, and I get people's criticism, really, I do. But I do not think Doom Eternal is a high bar you could set it at. I would go back and play Doom 2016 before I play Eternal. Just because, not because Doom 2016 is better in story, it's not, but because the combat is easier. It's not as hard or difficult. And unfortunately, I mean, I like difficulty, don't get me wrong, guys, I do. But that difficulty bar was times 1,000. It was not easy, and it shouldn't have been as difficult as it was. It really should not have been. So I like that they lowered the difficulty bar, and they kind of made it a little bit easier. It's not a lot easier. There's a couple times you guys have seen it where I'm almost dead. Like, it's not a lot easier. There's still some challenge, but they lowered down the speed of the combat. They lowered down the speed of how quickly you die. And they lowered the the difficulty when it comes to damage and stuff, which I really love. So I honestly don't care if people don't like it, because if you don't like it, don't play it, right? You know, and that's just like me. I don't like Eternal when it comes to the combat and the difficulty, so I will not replay it again. I will go back and play 2016. Actually, you know what? No, I'll go back and play this because I'm enjoying this. I'll go back and play this before any other Doom game. And that includes Doom 1, 2, and 3. Doom 1, 2, and 3 were good, right? But they're so old. They're outdated, the combat and stuff, it just does not hold up that much. Still good games. I also think the story in Doom 2016 and Eternal were way better than Doom 3 and all the older games. They ramped up the story, which I liked. But yeah, I don't get it. I mean, I do, but I don't, because it was never really satisfying every fan of anything, right? Anime, a certain movie franchise, a certain TV franchise. There's always going to be someone to complain, right? No one is ever going to be fully satisfied. So I understand that. What I don't understand is, even though people are complaining, saying not as good as Eternal or whatever, they're still saying it's good. So, my mentality is, if it's still good, why is it a problem? Oh, because I like the Eternal speed and I like the learning curve. I don't. I like the learning curve. I love the challenge. There's still a learning curve and challenge to this game. It's just lowered a bit. I don't get the argument there. There's still a learning curve. It's just lowered a bit. Is that such a big deal? Clearly not, because you guys are still saying it's a good freaking game. So, I feel like the problem that comes in is you guys, the fans that are complaining, it's not the learning curve, it's not the challenge, it's just like you wanted Doom Eternal 2.0. And they had said, and we saw it, that they were taking a step back from Eternal. And they were taking a different approach to this game. You guys saw it. They've done interviews, they've done talks, they've shown gameplay. I saw the gameplay, and obviously I need to get my hands on it, but even I could tell that they were lowering the difficulty a bit from Eternal. And I love that, you know? You saw it with your own two eyes, and let me guess, you just didn't want to believe it. It was right there. I don't know. I don't know. And I'm not really trying to go on a rant. I'm just letting you guys know, like, it's still good, because you guys are still saying it's good. You just wish it was Doom Eternal 2.0. Sorry, it wasn't gonna be, because usually when they make, at least when Bethesda makes games, they don't like to rehash a lot of the same old stuff. They like to keep innovating, trying new different stuff, or doing different stuff. And if they do reuse the same thing, it's like if it's a remastered or a remake. If it's a different game, they're going to use different stuff. So I don't know what you expected, but I guess you just didn't expect that, and I don't know. It's just crazy. I love it more than Doom Eternal. I didn't want another Doom Eternal, so letting that be said, did not want another Doom Eternal. I was hoping that when this game came out, it was slower, not as difficult, and the whole damage ratio of dying in 2 seconds didn't happen. So, I am fine with this. And for anyone saying the story, is not as good in this as Doom Eternal, you're crazy. And I mean that with all respect. You're crazy. Doom Eternal and Doom 2016, they had good stories, right? Especially Doom Eternal. There was a ramp up, right? But don't you lie. You claim your fans, right? So don't lie. The stories for those games were mostly told in the collectibles you found. The codex or the scriptures. Yeah, you could play the game and get a gist of the story, but the majority of the story were in those codex. You had to find them around the map to get the full 100% understanding of what was going on. And the lore, right? Unfortunately, it's not like this game where it shows you where to find the collectibles. So you had to just like look around every crevice and hope you found like a little secret area, which is ridiculous. I think collectibles should be like this. You know, it should show up on the map, or it should have an upgrade where it can show up on the map that you purchase. You know, because for the casuals, they want to know the full story and the lore. They don't want to have to go looking over. They're casuals. They just want to casually play, and then, oh, there's a question mark on the map. Let's go pick that up. That's what they want. That's the whole point of casuals. They're not the hardcore fans that are going to look on every crevice for a secret thing. So this game is good for casuals and returning people, because it's not bad. It's still more of that classic Doom you love, but it also has a easier learning curve for casuals. Now I'm not saying this game is made for casuals, but it feels like that's what they were going with. Their focus was for OG original fans, as well as the casual player that plays Doom, that doesn't want to have to overwork their mind when it comes to secrets, stories, or combat. Which I'm fine with. I'm not a casual. But I'm glad that the casual people that do play Doom get a chance to experience the story and every bit of lore and stuff to the full extent without having to scream of dying so quickly, without having to learn the full crazy combat that Eternal had, and without quitting because they can't do it. Like, I'm glad that they can experience it now and the full experience that they should have with Doom Eternal. Like, I'm glad for that. So if you're saying that you don't care if a casual player is having fun, you're basically saying that these games should only be made for the hardcore fans, which I disagree with completely. So, look, at the end of the day, you guys say it's still a good game. So, why are you complaining? Oh, because you guys always feel the need to complain about something. Like I said, you can't satisfy everyone. We got what we got. You don't like it, fine. You don't have to play. Honestly, that's just how it is. I'm going to start using that analogy. You don't like it, don't play. Because people always say that. They're like, oh, you don't like it, then don't play it. Because, not every game has to be made for everyone. Exactly. So, you don't like it, don't play it. It doesn't have to be made for everyone. However, the people that do enjoy it, they're okay with enjoying it. And the people who aren't, fine, go ahead. You stick with Doom Eternal. Good luck. You tell me how that works for you. I will stick with this, because this is faster than Doom 2016, which I wanted. And it's not as difficult as Doom Eternal. Which again, I am fine with. It doesn't need to be. It really does not need to be. I don't know how to get. Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like everyone tends to complain about everything. You can never satisfy everyone. It's just unfortunate that they haven't put their heart into it. People are like, oh, it's still good, but it's not what I wanted. Okay, you didn't make it. So you didn't get to really impact the decisions that were made. Sorry. We don't always get what we want. There's a lot of games that come out, and I'm like, you know what? It's really freaking good. But if they had done this instead, like, if they had added a couple more things, then I think it would have been like the perfect experience. Do they hear me and be like, oh yeah, we're totally going to change it for this one guy? No. It was their vision. They went with what they thought was the best. And just because some people don't like it doesn't mean they're going to go change it. They're not. And they shouldn't have to. It's fine. I'm sure maybe the DLC will speed it up for you guys. Maybe then you guys will find a reason to stop complaining, because It's not that deep. It's not. Because you guys are even saying it's still a good game. So if it's still a good game, why are you guys complaining? I don't understand. I do not understand people's logic when it comes to stuff like that. Like, you just like to complain and waste your breath over nothing. Honestly. Look, it's a great game. Okay? And if you like Eternal more, cool. This one, I think out of all the Dooms, this is that sweet spot of combat, speed, and everything that everyone wants. The only time it is significantly, and I mean significantly slow, is when they're doing the takedowns or you're parrying and stuff, right? That's the only time I notice it being like, okay, it's really slow there. But even then, if you were fast with the takedowns and stuff, it's not really that slow. So even then, I don't understand that argument. Like, yeah, you could parry and then take a screenshot and then probably go back and finish them off, but you don't have to, and it's not necessary. Like, I don't know. It is slower. I notice it, right, guys? But I don't think that's a problem. I do not think that's a problem. I like the speed it's at. I will take another Doom game in this speed and be perfectly satisfied. I don't think it needs to be the fastest freaking thing out there. It is fine where it's at. Yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine the way it is. I'm glad they did not do anything crazy. Alright, there's some coin back over here. Let's go grab that. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like people complain about every little thing. And it's really not that big a deal, because clearly you guys are still enjoying it, so what do you got to complain about? Nothing. This one? Yeah, we're gonna hit another switch.
The heart has been primed. We can use the forge now. See you at the elevator.
Well, yeah, back to what I was saying. Apparently, this game does not have reviews on Steam yet, like for players. It has critic reviews, but it doesn't have player reviews. So, if the game's been out, it's the 16th today, right? Okay. It's the 16th today? So it's been out 2 days. I don't know why there's no player reviews. All that's out is critic reviews. I'm just like wondering Why are there no player reviews and just critic reviews? Is there a shrine up here? I'll get upgrades later. See, they're saying Atomfall was good. Everyone I've heard, reviewers that I follow on YouTube, they play a lot of games. They're fans and reviewers. They're not critics. They said that game was dookie. They said that they should stick to the Sniper Elite and Resistance games. But apparently reviews randomly dropped for Atomfall. It's been out for like 2 months. Like I think it was the end of March. And people are saying that game is really good. Another reason why I didn't pick it up on launch was because I felt like it was going to be boo-boo, and it was. I saw the reviews people said. I'm glad I didn't waste $80 on that crap game. Yeah, but people are saying it's not good. It's very slow, and they don't know what type of game they were hoping to go for, because it seems like 3 games in one. It seems like they tried to do 3 different genres of a game, or 3 types of a specific game in one game instead of just doing one game. So, man, I don't understand. I do not understand, but I mean, people have different takes and interesting stuff that they like to say they enjoy or have fun with. I'm glad I didn't waste $80 on Atomfall, because as bad as it is, and I mean it is not as bad as people are saying it is, because people are saying it's bad, but I've even watched gameplay. I watched 4 freaking hours of one of my favorite YouTubers play it, and he said it was okay, but if he had gotten it, so I'm assuming he got it as like a review copy, like he didn't pay for it. He said if I had paid for it, I would have been mad, and I would have asked for a refund and probably got it back when it was like on sale, like really cheap. Because he got the $80 edition for free, but he was like, nah, it's not worth $80. It's not even worth $70, which is the launch price. It's an okay game with like 4 different settings they were trying to go with, and he doesn't know which one it ultimately ended up being. So, yeah, I'm glad I didn't waste my money on Atomfall, because I would have been mad. But for anyone who's enjoying it, by all means, you enjoy wasting $80 on it. I will not. I was going to, and then I decided to wait till later, till it was cheaper, and then when I saw reviews and people I trust saying it's pretty bad, I said, nope, I'm not wasting $80 on it. Not even when it's really cheap on sale. I'm not. I also wanted to wait because I felt like it was going to be bad. Like, it looked bad, and I was right. That's why I trust my gut. I was right, because people are saying the same stuff that I was worried about. I will stick with the Zombie Army and the Sniper Elite games. How do I get over there? What the? What? What is going on? I missed a secret over there. Go back. Did I miss this secret? How do I get up there? In there. Looks like this door needs to open up. Oh, wait a minute, I see it. This platform. Yep, I saw it. It was like a little platform thing. It's a ruby. Let's grab the ruby. There's gold down there. I need to find help. How do I get up there? Get up there. Dude. Oh boy. Alright, I want to turn around and see if I can jump up or go that way so we can get the collectibles. Is there something else I need to hit? Oh. There we go. How do I get over there? Oh, I got a weapon skin. Oh, is that the super shotgun one? Yep. Okay. Want to see how to... I know I can get over there to that gold. I just don't know how. Is there something I... This looks like I can jump across easy. Is it... Dude, there's no way. Like, no shot that I can get over there without freaking falling. Oh, never mind. This takes me up as high as I want as long as I have the shield. Okay, that actually makes more sense. I was like, how the hell do I get up there? Okay, now we're gonna climb back up to the top over here where we killed those enemies. And we're gonna see where else we need to go. Sweet. Can't grab that extra life, but we've gotten everything else. Okay. We can finally do some upgrades since there's a shrine. Let's do that before we interact with that door. Okay, first and foremost, I want to do this. I really do. Let's do... I've been wanting to do the chain shot. Let's do the chain shot. It's 3. We'll save up one more. What's the gun I use the most? I'm using the chain shot lately. I want to use the pulverizer. Because this is, the gun I'm currently using. I feel like I want to do this one. Or the other one. This is the combat shotgun? Oh, let's do the super shotgun, right? We wanted to max out the super shotgun first. So let's do that. Okay, and we need to complete challenges for it as well. Okay. Super barrel stuffer. Hit demons with every pellet from super shotgun shots. 50 times. Not too hard, not too hard. I think we can do that. No problem. Alright, I'm not gonna waste gold on anything else yet. I'll use it on the melee. Maybe I should save it. Nah, we'll use one on the melee and then we'll save the rest. Yeah, we'll save the rest. Alright, let's go in with this. Pull this. We'll keep the chain one with the super shotgun. Where's the super shotgun? Let's go in.
No signs of the demons, Thera.
We won't have much time.
Where are we going, though? Or what are we trying to do? We don't have much time for it.
The Ancestrals never really die. The heart endures. We harvest the energy.
Why'd she take her gauntlet arm off? Chanting? What is she doing? She about to summon something? Excuse me? Did she just become a god? What? Oh, they can see through that. They can see through that freaking thing they're using to control him. I don't like that. So they're using him to see the humans and I guess their technology or whatever. I don't like that. Bro, what the hell is that? Dragon's blood and blue? I don't even know what I'm witnessing. What is that gonna do? Can she fly now? That would be awesome. She has god powers. She has to. Look at her. She's like Zeus.
They're here, falling back. We'll meet you at the exit.
Oh, and my shield is enhanced now. Is that what happened? Did you pick that up? Ancestral Blessing. Acquire your first shield ruin. Oh, we can have ruins now for weapons and shield. Okay. Yeah. So Ancestral, it's a godlike thing. Pairing Hell Surge projectiles will now activate the power of a shield ruin. You have been granted the power of the Ground Fissure. The Ground Fissure creates a linear damaging ground attack that will also interrupt enemy. Oh, I love that. I love that. Ooh, that looks nice. Oh yeah, we're gonna equip that. Hella equip that. Well, they got more, but we have to purchase them at the shrine. What is this one? Aftershock. The distance Ground Fissure travels is increased. Oh, so you can purchase ruin upgrades as well. Oh yeah. We're gonna get creative with this? Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy all these upgrades. I am overpowered. You thought you could kill me. I think not. Hello, mate. Oh yeah, we have to clear all these other ones if we want to take the boss down. Yeah, let's go take out this leader, guys. Give me that upgrade. Oh, that chapter's complete. It's probably easy, actually. Alright, on to the next one. The Forsaken Plains. Let's go.
I can help you target her location. And the Slayers, using the tether. Yes, that would be most useful.
No harm must come to her. She is the heart of Argent.
Then why didn't she use her sorcery against us?
The true scope of that human's power is unknown to her. The ceremony, it must take place in my world.
Of course.
The heart is found. Now give to me what is owed. Return our god to us.
Close the gate.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, we are moving on. Kill Oz of Rock. Pretty sure I butchered that, but oh well.
We've tried to attack here before, but we couldn't break through to Azric's fortress.
Azrak. Oh no, I was right.
Protected
Azrak.
saddlings. You may have to repair one to reach the
Her
target.
name is Thyra. Does it have the challenges for the super shotgun on here? Destroy 2 gore nests. Ooh. Attack 25 demons with the ground fissure shield rune. Ah. 15 more for that. Was that a second rocket launcher? Or was that an upgrade for the rocket launcher? Rocket launcher, fire slow. I already had this. Oh, it was a grenade launcher and a rocket launcher. Interesting. It says cause damage to 5 or more demons with a single rocket launcher. Shock 5. I just needed to get one more kill with the rocket launcher. Then we can move on to the other challenges, like the fissure one. We need 7 more for the Fault 1 challenge. That one's done.
After you take those out, we'll be sure to get one of those Atlan's working again.
Updating harvest.
Okay. Let's go this one. Let's grab the ruby. Let's see if we can get some upgrades at this time. Let's do those fissure ones. That's those. I'm glad I saved some coin for those. $300 for that last one. Yeah, Blade Master. That's what we saved 2 for, right? Let's get this upgraded. Got a trophy for that. We need 300 for that upgrade. Okay. Let's continue. Give me that upgrade. Alright, maximum armor. I'm gonna go up here. But I haven't gotten the other side. Okay, let's just go up here. Holy crap. Oh. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, let's destroy this.
Updating local map.
Okay. Now that area down there should be open. Fingers crossed, I guess.
One Hellcat remains.
Yeah, it is. Both of them are. Cool. Because I want to go this way. There's a collectible right up the top right here. Got it? Ooh, weapon skin. What's that? What weapon was that? Was that this one? I think it was this one. Yes, it was. Let's look at our challenges, too. The gore nest, man. I can't. Currently, I cannot find any of those. Okay, let's go up here. Looks like there's a boss. Let's go take care of that real quick. Oh. Was that a gore nest? That was. Okay, so we got one more. Wow, that was way easier than I thought. It's gonna bring enemies though, isn't it? Because I destroyed it? Yeah. Give me that upgrade. What is that, ammo? Figured. perfect. Let's drop down from right here. You love to see it. You love to see it. Okay, we're gonna go backtrack now. Have the purple key. Ah. And grab the ruby. Need to break like a door or something. How do I get in there? Wait, what? I'll take a little damage, I do not care. Got the key. We can backtrack to that other door. Let's backtrack. I still haven't figured that area. Is it this one? Whatever I do in here, is that clearing? That's another super gore nest. So you grab all the shield. So we can interact with that. Okay, we got what we needed. There we go, challenge complete. We got a skin. Reverent. Ooh. Okay. So now we're gonna need to kill some enemies. Yeah. Oh boy, that was a little tough. Okay, well we completed. Can we interact with this finally? Yeah, let's get that ruby. Yeah. We gotta find another shrine soon so we can do some upgrades. Let's go that way. don't get those. Okay, I have to go around. Yeah, where's the leader? Is that him? Insane, bro. There's a lot of freaking enemies down here. Give me that upgrade. Health increase. Nice. Okay. Obviously they want us to clear this tower. Is that the only one we need to get? I think maybe. Just in case, I'm gonna grab everything else. I don't know if it is, but just in case, we're gonna grab everything. They want me to complete that tower first. I missed it. Right?
All Hellcats destroyed.
Ooh, that area open.
There's a power core nearby that still holds a charge. You can use it to get the other Atlan online.
stable at 92%. Engaged. System reboot in progress.
the command station. Opening a portal now.
Division 3 has arrived. Access control zones in effect. Clearance required. Access denied. Access denied. Attack order ready. Please evacuate the facility.
Base is under attack. Scramble the air unit. All hands to battle stations.
They must be after the Creed. Hull breach. Damage on multiple levels.
Reach Valen or Novik. Keep trying. getting larger. into that rift.